What's good, YouTube? Hitman X. Make sure you hit that like, hit that sub. Show your boy some love. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy. I've been putting in this work. You feel? It's either the work, actual my job, or some shit like that, or on 2K. Don't get it twisted. I got some 2K videos coming. I'm gonna start live streaming again on 2K. I got that 2K20. I'm trying to build my shit up, but that's not the point of this video. Tickettv. And yes, this is part 2 to the Ether session, because he dropped a video on me because of a video that he did, a live stream that he did, in which he was talking about Kobe Bryant, something about Kobe Bryant and Shaq, somewhere along the lines of saying that in that video he was saying Kobe Bryant, prime Kobe Bryant was better than prime Shaq. And I said, no, there's no way. And I was like, you know what? I'm not mad at you for having that perspective, but I just can't take prime Kobe over prime Shaq. I mean, prime Shaq, couldn't nobody check him. There's no center in NBA history, to be honest, that could check prime Shaq. I mean, you could say Ben Wallace, but that's just for what, a playoff series? Like, come on now. Ben Wallace checked Shaq for a playoff series, and if I pull those numbers up, I could really embarrass you, because he still put up solid numbers. The reason they lost that series was not Shaq. Let's just be honest now. The reason they lost that series was not Shaq, and that has been proven. I don't see you making any videos about that though. But yeah, along the lines in that video, somewhere around in that video that he did, the quote unquote response video he did to me, because we got into a little debate or whatever, and I was telling him, I'm like, all right, so Shaq is playing against players like Hakeem, David Robinson, you know what I mean, like greats, all-time greats, like Hall of Famers. Like, let's not act like Shaq was just bullying nobody. He kept saying Shaq didn't have any competition. I'm like, he's playing against David Robinson. He came in the league playing against these guys. He came in the league playing against Hall of Famers, averaging over a dub, taking his team. Come on, man. Taking the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic before Shaq came there was bums. He took them from mediocrity to relevancy overnight, just like that, snap of the fingers. Shaq did that. Kobe came in the league. He rode the bench coming into the league. Let's just be honest. He played behind Eddie Jones. Shaq is not playing behind anybody. That's the premise of my argument. Shaq came into the league dominant. Kobe, it took a little bit of grooming. Now, this is not me hating on Kobe. I hate when people say that shit. Just because you don't nut hug the nigga all the time does not mean that you're hating on him. Kobe is one of my favorite players in NBA history. I shouldn't have to say that shit though, to validate me not being a hater. I shouldn't have to say, oh, he's one of my favorite players. Just like with Melo. Melo's one of my favorite players. I grew up watching Melo, the cornrows Melo. That was my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That still is. Like, come on now. Like, all this hater shit, bro, just because a nigga has an opinion. I can say the same shit to you about Russell Westbrook, because I can also point out the level of inconsistency when it comes to Russell Westbrook, because your biggest criticism to Russell Westbrook is he jacks up a lot of shots. Who jacked up the most shots in NBA history? Answer that question, Ticket. Answer that question. You feel me? Who also missed the most amount of shots in NBA history? You feel me? Like, let's just be consistent with our arguments, because you keep calling people haters. I call you a Russell Westbrook hater, point blank period. But back to the point, because that shit got me riled up, man. I hate when people say I'm a hater. You feel me? When you speak facts. Kobe was not Jesus. You feel me? He was not Jesus. He's not holier than thou. Y'all act like Kobe cannot make no mistakes. I always say Kobe is on Mount Rushmore of basketball. That's clear as day. He's better than LeBron James, in my opinion. Skillfully better than LeBron James. I say skillfully better than Michael Jordan, in my opinion. Even though he took Michael Jordan moves, that's just my opinion. That's the beauty of having an opinion. You can speak your opinion. You can hold on to that opinion. You can change it. I'm not changing my opinion for shit, but you're entitled to change it or waver it however the hell you want to. It's your opinion. It's called an opinion. But yeah, what was I talking about? I forgot. See, I got thrown off. Yeah, Kobe is on my Mount Rushmore. But when you say he's better than a prime Shaq, I have to pull numbers. You feel me? I have to pull numbers. I have to. Kobe came in the league averaging 7. Like, that's ether right there. That's ether. Ether. You body bag right there. You dig? Like, come on now. And he came out of high school. Shaq played 4 years in college. Shaq played 4 years in college, you dig? It took Kobe 4 years to get to 22.5, so I guess you could say, oh, well, once Kobe got to Shaq's age, he was averaging a dub. Cool, I get you that, but that was your decision to come into the league like that. You know? Point blank period. I'm going to pull Shaq's numbers in a minute. But Kobe's best season was 35.4. Man, that was a historical season. I ain't going to even lie, I was watching that season like, damn, Kobe can't be touched. Man, this dude here is a legend. That's when I made my mind up that he was better than Jordan. When he did this, that season, that season alone made him better than Jordan to me. That's just my opinion though. But yeah, Kobe, don't get me wrong, Kobe is a great player. But we're talking about, okay, let's say the Phoenix Suns, for instance. You have two players to start to choose to put on the Phoenix Suns or the New York Knicks. That's a better, because the Phoenix Suns, we gonna be a playoff team this year. So let me not use them. The New York Knicks. You have two players to start your team with, either Kobe or Shaq, in their prime. What player would you pick to win a championship now? Right now. Prime Kobe or prime Shaq? I'm going with prime Shaq, and here's why. Prime Shaq, you can build a team around him. Prime Kobe, you would have to have players who play roles. You have to have role players. It's the same with Shaq, but at the same time, Shaq could play. He's shown that he can play off of a superstar. Kobe, he needs the ball in his hands at all times. At all times. Meaning coming up court, he needs to have the ball. And when it comes into half the court, he needs the ball in his hands. Now this is a tough debate because at the same time, Kobe is great on both ends. So I can't be mad at you for picking whatever. My whole thing is, it's kind of like 60-40 Shaq. That's my thing. It's 60-40 Shaq because Shaq has shown when he comes into the league, he's going to turn a team from worst to first instantly. Damn near overnight. Now, it didn't really happen. I think that was 41-41 that first year, Shaq's first year. But the next year, come on now, let's just be honest. You dig? And you keep saying he played against bombs like Vladdy. Cut it out, folks. Bro, he played against David Robinson. David Robinson got drafted 3 years before Shaq. He played against Hakeem in his prime. Shaq was a rookie playing against Hakeem in his prime. You did in the peak of his prime, in his peak form, he was playing against Hakeem, playing against Patrick Ewing coming out of his prime. And let's not forget to mention Dikembe Mutombo. Can we not sleep on Dikembe Mutombo, please, please? What about Lonzo? What about Lonzo Mourning? What about him? What about him? Like, come on, dog. You're not making sense. You're not making sense when you come with these arguments. As a matter of fact, it makes sense when you see it for what it is. You have a clear bias when it comes to Kobe Bryant. And it's okay, because I'm like that with Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to an extent. I have a clear bias. I feel like Kevin Durant's the greatest player of all time. That's just my opinion. But come on, folks. Like, you can't do the game like this, bro. You cannot do the game like this and expect for me to give you a pass. I'm not giving you a pass. I'm putting that flame on your ass. You dig? I'm putting that flame on you. Meanwhile, Kobe, if we're gonna be nitpicky, right? Name one two-way stopper. Name one two-way player that Kobe was playing against. No, matter of fact, name three. Name three two-way players that Kobe had to worry about on both ends, on the defensive and the offensive end. Most of the time, he was worrying about a player that was one-dimensional, either an offensive superstar or a defensive stopper. In the majority of his career, it wasn't until the tail end of his career till he started running to Kawhi Leonard's, Paul George's, players like that. But they play the three, Like, it's not too many tools that play both ends. Maybe D Wade, but like, come on now, let's just be honest. This is coming towards the tail end of his career, and that's one. Name three more. Well, no, name two more. I'll make it easy for you. Name two more that he had to really worry about. Like, come on now, you ain't about to tell me Doug Christie. You ain't about to tell me, come on, Kerry Kittles. Get out of here with the foolishness. Jason Terry. Like, we could play the nitpicky Petey Pat games. We could do that shit. Because, see, like I said, I watch basketball. I'm not no young kid. Bro, I'm 31 years old. Now, yeah, I'm young in a sense, but I'm not that young. You dig? I didn't just start watching basketball last year. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. And I'm not kissing nobody's ass when it comes to these arguments. You dig? I'm not going to shut up for nobody. You dig? I'm not going to close my mouth and bite my tongue for shit. If I feel like you're wrong on something, I'm going to call you on that shit. And I expect respect to be placed the same way I put it out. Point blank period. Because I know basketball. I'm not no fool. I fucks with your channel because I know you know basketball. Point blank period. But when we come with the foolishness and the disrespect, that's when I got to flame your ass. Point blank simple. Hitman X, man. Nah, I'm gonna keep flaming your ass. Cause I said I was gonna show them stats. And let me not forget to show Shaq stats. Got the game all the way fucked up. Like who you think you talking to? Who you think you talking to? Like, come on now. He play Ben Wallace. He playing against players like Ben Wallace. For what? 4-time defensive player? Get out of here. Close the door on that argument. Came in the league averaging a dub. Averaging a dub. Didn't average under a dub until what? He came out of his prime. Literally. Come on now. What are we talking about? And we talking about a player who's not a ball dominant player, as in he's not bringing the ball up court. He has to get the ball fed to him. The same way I say DeAndre Ayton could average 25 and 13 if he gets the ball and he matures and gets his rhythm. This is what was happening with Shaq then. He came into the league getting that. You feel me? Only reason DeAndre Ayton is not averaging those numbers is because he never had really a point guard who could facilitate and take care of the ball and make their smart reads. He had to rely on Devin Booker, we already know he's gonna jack. He's gonna jack all day. He has a green light. He has the ultimate green light. Like, come on now, 23, 29, 29, 26, 26, 28, 26, 29, 28, 27, 27. Like, okay, he's not averaging 30. He's not averaging 35, I should say. Let's put some respect on Kobe. He's not averaging 35, but consistently averaging over a dub and over 10 rebounds. For the better half, since he came into the league, averaging 14 rebounds. Get out of here. You have been ethered. You feel me? Damn near 4 blocks. What are you talking about, Ticket? What are you talking about? If I'm starting the team, I'm starting with Shaq. Point blank, period. And matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say, I don't know if I'm gonna put him over Hakeem, but after Hakeem, as far as centers, it's Shaq. Simple and plain. If I'm starting the team after Hakeem, I'm starting with Shaq. Not Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm talking Kareem. I'm tripping. Not Hakeem Olajuwon. I'm tripping. Hakeem probably 3 on my list. Kareem. After Kareem, I'm taking Shaq. Point blank, period. And let's not forget Shaq. Kareem dominated Shaq when he was early in his career. When he was averaging, 29. You feel me? Like, come on now. Down the line, after that, once he joined the Lakers playing with Kobe and Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel and all those players who are more scorers than anything and not looking really to facilitate, he's still averaging over 25 points. Come on now. What are we talking about? And you keep saying, oh, well, Shaq only won 1 championship without Kobe. Kobe won 2. Let's not forget, 3 of those rings that Kobe won, Shaq got Finals MVP in all 3 of them. You feel me? So if you're going to say Kevin Durant drove the bus for those championships that Golden State won with Kevin Durant, you have to be more consistent. Oh, wait, you say that because Kevin Durant won Finals MVP, so that validates that, right? So let me get this straight. That same logic doesn't apply to Shaq, right? That same logic does not apply to Shaq when he clearly drove the bus. If you watch the games, he clearly drove that bus. In those 3, and on that 3P, he clearly drove that bus. Without Shaq, they do not 3P. And you know that shit. You know that's a fact. Without Shaq, they do not 3P. They do not 3P. But so he gets Finals MVP on 3 of those championships, right? And we're gonna say, oh, well, Kobe this, Kobe that. Nah, fuck that. Don't get it twisted. Kobe, like I said, is 60-40 in my opinion. But let's not act like Shaq didn't drive that bus. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? And of course, once Shaq left, he pretty much fell off. But he was out of his prime. Like, how old was he by that time? How old was he? How old was he by that time? What, 32? He's out of his prime. You feel me? At that time, he's out of his prime. So if we're gonna go from 30 to what, 26? Like, look at those numbers. He was 26 in what, 98, 99. Like, look at those numbers. Cut it out. Hitman X, man, that's all I got. That's all I need. You feel me? Tickettv, I still want that live debate. I still want the live debate because I'll flame your ass live in front of everybody. You know what time it is. I've been hitting you on your DMs. I ain't the type of person who's gonna keep splurging, keep spazzing in the DMs. I'm gonna send you one message. If you don't respond, cool. It is what it is. You duck me. Point blank, period. But you know what time it is. I'm down for whatever smoke, whenever. Point blank, period. Hitman X, hit that comment section. Let me know what you feel about this. I'm out of here.